Hello, friends and family on Facebook land. I'm here in the office, which is awesome. Just had to make sure everything was situated and that we had good lighting and all of the things. So thanks for being patient. For those of you who are joining me live, full moon vibes. Woo, 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 full moon vibes. So today is a full moon in Ophiuchus. So it's not in Capricorn, y'all. And it's not even in Sag, okay? So if you actually go and look at the moon, I posted this on my own live, on my own profile earlier. If you actually look at your app on the moon, which we do all the time in this group, if you remember, the moon is actually in Ophiuchus. So Ophiuchus is like the 13th, if you've ever heard of the 13th zodiac. And it's because there's this really big chunk between Scorpio and Sagittarius that the moon goes through, that all the planets go through, that everything goes through, and it's Ophiuchus. It's not, it's like there's Scorpio, and then Ophiuchus, and then Sag, and then Capricorn. So everyone who's talking about moon in Capricorn, they're going on the fact that the astrological signs are based on in the tropic astrology. We talked about this a million times, we talk about it every single month. But in the tropic astrology, it's based on Aries beginning on the day of the spring equinox, like no matter what. So it begins on like the 20th or 21st of March and then goes through April, right? But if you looked, right, back in March when everyone was celebrating the equinox, if you looked at where the sun was still in Pisces at the time. So Vedic astrology looks at where it is astronomically, which is why usually you'll hear me say, okay, it's not really a Capricorn full moon, it's a Sag full moon, right? So I actually looked at it last night before doing this live, and the moon is fucking dead underneath Ophiuchus right now. And Scorpio's over here, and Sag is over here. So Ophiuchus is like the divine mother goddess. It's not the mother goddess. It's the goddess energy of like Isis and Nephritis. And together, those two sisters came together and they were the ones who resurrected Osiris, right? From the dead. So the Ophiuchus sign is that death, rebirth, duality. It's massive duality, right? And we also have 3 planets in retrograde right now. So we have Mercury just went direct like 2 days ago. It finally came direct, which means that we have this 2-week shadow period for us to really like figure our shit out. Whatever you've learned during the Mercury retrograde, you now have these 2 weeks to like really integrate them and like put into action what you might have learned. But we still have Jupiter in retrograde. It just went retrograde. Today is Jupiter day. So Jupiter is retrograde in Aquarius right now. So it's in the sign of this liftoff, but it's going retrograde. So it's like the patriarchy, the abundance, the prosperity is in this space of like, are you sure? Like, is this really what you want? Because as soon as Jupiter goes direct again, it's going to zoom you through the Aquarius sign and you have to get your shit in place. Saturn is also retrograde right in the same area of Aquarius, almost in Pisces. Like it's really close because Saturn and Jupiter have been like running really close to each other for a few months now. So Saturn retrograde is all about discipline and it's all about the rules. So we have this chance right now to rewrite the rules of the patriarchy fully and completely so that as we're creating new Earth, we're able to jump forward and have all of the laws and policies and all of that in place. And then we can wake up the rest of the world, right? So as superconscious leaders, that is what we're here to do. So today's ritual is actually going to be an astral travel journey to Saturn to get the knowledge from the black dragon of Saturn. Now, the black dragon of Saturn is the dragon who really helps us to celebrate our wins really big, to know that we have passed a big test as we've gone through this eclipse season, as we've gone through this Mercury retrograde, as we're going through Saturn and Jupiter retrograde. Pluto is also retrograde right now. So Pluto is retrograde, and it is retrograde. I don't remember what sign it's in, but I know that when I was researching it, it's talking about those deep, deep, deep subconscious blocks, like the ones that you think maybe you healed or ones you didn't even know that you had. I have a client right now who has had sleeping problems for several years, and when we were working together, we were able to unlock some memories that she never even related the memories to possible sleep issues, right? So sometimes we have a problem for so long that we numb it out, right? So the moon, being an Ophiuchus, tells us that it's time to come back into our body, come back into that primordial life force, that reptilian, dragon energy of Kundalini, which is the energy we're going to actually use to lift off in our astral travel. So we haven't done a lot of astral travel in this group. I'm going to be doing it more because of how fucking powerful it is. It's different than astral projection in the fact that you're very conscious that you're in your body this whole time. So we actually do it either sitting as I am with your feet flat on the ground, or I'm actually going to stand once we actually do it. So, you can stand. So unlike other astral projection where it's trying to get you into those alpha, beta wavelengths and having you lay down and be super relaxed and like disconnecting from your body, you're actually remaining conscious. This is a way for you to recognize your multidimensionality and your ability to really like be here on Earth, receive the codes and receive the messages from the other planets, from the galactic center, from your other star systems, from the other star beings, all of that, and do so in a way that it's easier to integrate and remember it later. A lot of the times when you're first learning astral projection, when you wake up, when you come back into your body, it disappears very much like a dream. With astral travel, you're more conscious of everything that's happening, and therefore you remember it better. And you're able to write it all down in your journal, go back to it, and you're able to start working with time in a more bendy way, a more malleable way. We can manipulate space and matter, and right now a lot of us are learning how to manipulate time and how to manipulate energy in a way that we can be here on planet Earth while simultaneously being up in Saturn and getting a really good, delicious integration and not staying super heady. So coming into the body as much as possible. I always invite you to move during the astral travel. Anything you can do to really just like know that you're in your physical body, that you're here, while still allowing your consciousness to project outwards. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Again, the moon is an Ophiuchus. If you've never researched Ophiuchus, go research it. It's really delicious energy of that sexual, like life and death, Kundalini dance, the energy of dragons, really is what it is. So you know that I'm in love with it all. And let's do this thing. I don't think that there's very much else to talk about. So go ahead and we'll light our candle. Dun, dun, dun. Setting the intention for a guided travel, for enlightenment of any of our soul mission, of our purpose, whatever ways we need to learn how to nurture ourselves, coming into our goddess energy, the portal energy, the creatrix energy, knowing that we are here to serve a divine mission and a divine purpose. And when you are in alignment with your divine purpose, then nothing can fucking stop you. You're in whole life alignment and everything works out. Even when shit hits the fan, you know that it's still working out for your favor. So that is our intention, that we can integrate that knowledge, that even when shit hits the fan, everything is always working out for me. Okay? And then again, as always, taking your sage or palo or incense, lighting it directly from the flame of your intention. Here we go. This is like a really big chunk of palo. It's not wanting to light. Weaving it in a figure eight motion, clearing the space, bringing all polarities into the singularity, creating a container outside of time and space where instantaneous healing and transformation can exist. So I'm going to run and grab the dragon really quick so you guys can get a visual. And then I'll be right back and we're going to go to Saturn. Okay. All the things are in my way. Dun, 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 dun. Wouldn't it be funny if it was the one on the very top? It's not. Okay. So, this is the black dragon from Saturn. So, when I was meditating earlier, this is the dragon that was like, hey, there's messages for your superconscious leaders here on Saturn. And his card says, brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. Concentrate. Focus on your ultimate vision. Congratulate yourself. You have passed a test. So he is really great for when you know that you've been falling out of your spiritual practices, when you're ready to up level to a new spiritual practice that might like really seem unnerving to you. I remember when I first committed to naked mirror mantras, I wasn't working with dragons at the time, but after the fact, I realized how much he had been a part of that journey, because I was seeing a lot of black snakes and a lot of black serpents and dragons and things like that, but I hadn't moved far enough along my own timeline to realize it. It was one of those things that you realize in hindsight, right? So the black dragon from Saturn is teaching us the discipline. And with Saturn in retrograde right now, the discipline that you're cultivating may not look like how other people's do, right? We've talked about this before. In the age of Aquarius, it's about teaching people how to do the thing that you do. You become an expert in your own method, right? And you might have noticed this, that you have all these different spiritual beings out there, all these spiritual teachers, including myself, where like my method is called Superconscious living, which is a step-by-step process to whole life alignment, okay? Other people out there are teaching you step-by-step methods on how to integrate your trauma. Others are teaching you step-by-step methods on how to create $100,000 months, right? This method is a personal experience that then is tested and refined so much that we then feel confident to share our method, and we are experts in our own method. Teaching our methods then is meant to activate you in understanding your own method, right? The mantra you always hear me say, I know who you are. I know who you are, right? I know who I am. I am divinity incarnate. I know what I am. I am the creator manifest in physical form. I know how I serve. I sing my own song. I radiate my own unique frequency in service to the planet, right? We say this over and over. So your own unique method, your own unique frequency is the method that you are cultivating within you to be a superconscious leader and to be a teacher on New Earth. You are all Golden Dragon teachers if you're in this group, period. Because I know my energy is so discerning that no one who isn't looking to walk the path of the Golden Dragon teacher is like, they're not going to find me, right? Only those who are meant to walk that path are going to find me. And only those who are meant to come into whole life alignment using superconscious living as the method are going to find me, right? That's the discernment. That's the self-validation, which is the other thing that the black dragon from Saturn teaches us, is that self-discipline, right? External validation is never going to be a prerequisite to self-appreciation, okay? I want you to hear that again. External validation will never, ever, ever, ever be a prerequisite to your self-appreciation, okay? Your self-trust, your knowing that when synchronicities do a certain thing, it means something. And if it means something bad to you, like right now, you're like, oh, well, this will happen, I'll have this happen, and then this always happens, and that's how I know that I'm actually on the wrong path. This dragon is trying to tell you today that you have the ability to rewrite what your synchronicities even fucking mean to you. That's why Saturn and Jupiter are both retrograde right now with Pluto, so that we can go back through and rewrite what is taboo. We can rewrite what is a sin. We can rewrite all the shadows so that they're easier for us to talk about. And as we bring shadows to light, as we bring our shame out of the fucking, hidden trapdoor in the back of our skeleton full of closet full of skeletons, when we can open that up and talk about the shadows openly, they're no longer shadows, and they can be processed on a collective level. And when we can talk about things on a collective level that have been taboo in the past, then we're able to recognize that we don't need anybody outside of ourselves to validate us. We don't need tarot cards. We don't need pendulums. We don't need psychics. We don't need fucking anything. All we need is ourselves and our bodies. And that's it. You know that you're on the path because your heart is open, your dick is hard, your pussy is wet, and you're just moving forward. And that's it might sometimes feel like the only thing alive inside of you is this feeling of, I just have to, and I don't know why I need to, but I just gotta move it through your body. So we're gonna be learning more about that here today with the Black Dragon, but I wanted you to see him. He's gonna be guiding us. And then what we're going to do now, I'm gonna go grab my water. And if you want to grab either like a chair like this, right, that has something to support your back where your feet can be flat on the floor. So this isn't like a cross-legged meditation. This is feet flat on the floor, really good posture, or standing, okay? Cool. So, for those of you who have never done astral travel before, what the most important thing is to think about suction cups on your feet. That way you don't get wobbly or lightheaded or anything like that. So if you suction cup your feet to the floor and then really create this really strong energy within your body, essentially you should be able to like go into tree pose at any moment and not fall over, even though I just fell over. And like, that's how solid you are, right? You are so solid in your posture, through your legs, through everything, that you're totally rooted down and held. But you're using both feet. We're not going to be standing in tree. But that's the level of like, you feel this strength in your root, and you want your navel kind of sucked in, like just really strong, like god or goddess posture, right? Like queen posture. That's what you're looking for. That opens the energy channels, helps the chakras stay nice and up. Again, if you're sitting on a chair, then you're just doing all of this, but in a chair, right? Feet are still suction cupped to the ground. And you still want a really good posture, all of that. Okay, so is there anything else? If you run high energy, if you're someone that has astral travel before, or you're someone who sometimes when you're running high energy, you notice that the lights flicker, things like that, you might want to remove any metal jewelry or metal glasses or anything like that. I have not personally had this happen to me, but I have been in astral travels where people were getting like zapped by their metal jewelry because they were running such high electricity. So that's another warning. And then we want to just really, we're setting the intention that if you do need to move, okay, so you're in the middle of it and you're just like, oh, my legs, and you're coming too much into your body because you're realizing it, you are free to move. You are free to allow the energy to really open up through your body and to truly like open all of this up so that you can receive as much energy as you can hold. Remembering also to send your energy down to Gaia. We are conduits for energy. Only about 1 to 2% of the downloads that you ever receive are actually meant for your personal growth. The rest of it is meant to be sent into Gaia for the collective good and to help reprogram the collective consciousness. So if you're someone who gets tired, sick, feels like you're getting psychically attacked, feels like you're just constantly being drained, you're an empath who can't go into the fucking grocery store on a full moon because everything's just, it's because you're holding too much energy in your body that isn't fucking yours, and you need to ground it. You need to just like set the intention of pushing all of the energy that's not meant for your highest good out of the bottom of your feet and into Gaia. So we're going to do that first. We're going to establish our connection to the earth grid, establish our connection to Gaia, and then we're going to take some spaceships up to Saturn. So let's go. So again, standing with your feet just like sort of shoulder width apart or sitting on your chair. We're going to start by taking some nice deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Shifting as necessary so that you just feel really solid in your body. This time when you're inhaling, breathe in, shrug your shoulders up, and then roll them back and then down so that your shoulder blades are kind of pinching together. And do that one more time. And as you exhale, rolling them back and down, your arms just resting at your side. Feeling all of your chakras coming online, your whole pillar. Breathing in, opening your belly, breathing that breath all the way down into your belly, opening your pelvic bowl all the way. And then as you exhale, squeezing the Mula Bandha, squeezing that root chakra, doing a Kegel, essentially you're stopping the flow of urine, and then squeezing your belly and exhaling up through the heart and up through the head. Breathing in again, opening the belly, breathing all the way down, dropping the pelvic floor, opening the pelvic bowl. And exhaling, squeezing the abdomen, squeezing the root chakra, exhaling, sending all of that energy up through the third eye and up through the crown. Remember to check in with your feet. Creating that suction cup feeling, you're not going anywhere. Now taking the next breath and breathing it into your heart. Exhaling all the way down through your lower chakras, through your feet, down and connecting straight onto the light grid. So now you should feel those suction cups just like you're strong, you're sturdy, you're connected to the entire grid right now. For those of you who haven't connected before, this is what you're looking for during meditations, or if you're ever really tired or you're on your like 19th cup of coffee, you can just take a second and just tap in to this earth energy grid, the light grid. This is the grid that gets affected by the Schumann resonance, all of that. Just calibrating, waiting for all of you to come online. There you are. Hello, all of you beautiful beings. Okay. Next breath in through the heart again. Exhaling all the way down, this time passing through the light grid, all the way down through the rock layers, through the mycelial network, all the way down, pushing through the magma, all the way down to the iron crystal core, pushing through even that, entering the inner earth realms. Finding and connecting to your crystal. We all have a crystal here in inner earth. That is essentially our hard drive for all of our lifetimes on this planet, where we send all of the downloads that we're not ready to consciously pull yet. Just like a backup SATA hard drive for all of the things Ascension. Just breathing and connecting to that crystal in the middle of the earth. Next breath in, and this time exhaling all the way down into the heart of Gaia. So locating the heart of Gaia within inner earth. Usually this is a feeling of motherly, supportive energy, oftentimes feeling these amazing roots or a giant tree like the tree in Avatar, huge, big, purple, blue, green tree. Or maybe you're just connecting to the feeling of mama. You're just feeling that connection to that womb, that nice, safe womb of Mother Earth. Connecting there. And just taking a moment to breathe in between you and her, this umbilical cord between you and Mother Earth. Sending down any information that she needs out of your system that you might have been holding on to. And breathing up from Gaia up through your feet, any information, any support, anything needed to guide you moving forward. Amazing. Okay, so now coming back into the heart, knowing that you're fully supported by Gaia. You are connected and suction cupped onto the earth grid. Now we're going to use Metatron's cube actually as our connection. So what we're going to do for a second is breathe into our heart. And this time out through the throat, third eye, and crown chakras. And we're going to start creating this like fountain. So we breathe into our heart. The energy from Mother Earth is already coming up through our lower chakras, meeting at the heart. And then as we exhale, we're sending all of that in like a beautiful fountain out of our head, creating this beautiful bubble of light and peace around us. And now we're going to create the Metatron's cube. So imagine, feel, sense, see, recognize yourself in the middle of a circle. This is the central circle. And now we're going to pull up the 6 pillars around the inner circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feeling even stronger, more supported. And now we're going to, and they're rotating in a clockwise direction. And now the 6 outer pillars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The outer is spinning in a counterclockwise position. Nice and safe, secured, supported inside Metatron's cube. Your own cube, your own transport. And we're going to take an elevator in this cube up to our higher self. And then from there, we're going to blast off to Saturn. So taking a nice deep breath in again. And then as you exhale, just sending your energy up, 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 just like you're in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's glass elevator. You're totally safe. You're just going up through your causal chakra, through your soul star, up, up through the stellar gateway, up through the cosmic gateway, and then you're going to be arriving, ding, at the 12th chakra, up at the top of your pillar, and this is where you will meet your highest self. So just waiting for you all to arrive. Using your breath to push you. Each exhale is sending you through the next layer. Okay, good. Inhale. Push your way up, 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 up. There you all are. Okay. So the elevator doors go ding, and here you are. Where all of your ancestors, star being guides, all of your spiritual entourage is here, and your highest self is here. Ah, so good, so beautiful. And I'm hearing that we need to make a stop at the moon before we head off to Saturn, so we're going to do that. So focus your attention. If you look over to the left, or just notice over to the left, there's like these cloud boats. There's some other things there. There's some dragons waiting to take y'all. There's a couple of unicorns, a phoenix or two, or there's these they're like boats made out of clouds over here. And we're just being invited by our spiritual entourage. They're going to take us across to Luna, and we're going to take a moment there. So everyone come with me. We're taking a nice deep breath. Feel, sense, intend, recognize, hear, see, taste. Just know that you are projecting yourself, traveling your consciousness all the way to the moon, while your physical body is still staying on Earth, totally taken care of. Arriving at the moon, oh, she glows so beautifully, and our spiritual entourages are accompanying us. And we're just stopping here at the moon at this beautiful lunar gateway to pick up the energy of Ophiuchus, a constellation that's been left out for a really, really long time, and yet has this very powerful, primordial, primal, like, I just want to like start growling and snarling sort of energy. This very like, let's fuck. Let's get down to business. Let's like ride or die. Like it's time to shit or get off the pot. Like it's that sort of energy. Again, if you need to move your body, if you're feeling activations in your sacral region, anything like that, just really making sure that you're honoring, opening up that space, opening up your heart, sending anything else down into Gaia that isn't yours, and then keeping your consciousness in awareness on the moon, soaking up all this Ophiuchus deliciousness. There's some Isis codes here. There's golden rose dragon codes here. The silver lunar dragon is here. She's blessing us all with this beautiful divine feminine light, just really like pushing that goddess portal energy, this time traveler, this bender of time and space, that we can do anything. We birth through our bodies, and even the men are being activated right now with their ability to birth this new world with us, to be the providers and the protectors, and by standing to the side as their women are able to step up and lead in beautiful ways. From here we have, so we have the golden solar dragons and the silver lunar dragons wanting to accompany us as we travel to Saturn right now. Our star families and soul families and ancestors and spiritual entourage, they're going to kick it on the moon while we travel to Saturn. We're going to come back, pick them up on the moon, and then come back to Earth after we go to Saturn and pick up what is waiting for us there. The black dragon is calling. So let's go ahead and just take another nice deep breath in. Integrating all the Ophiuchus energies. Beautiful. Now over to your right here are some more beautiful, they're like clear spaceships. Oh, the Arcturians have showed up. There we go. That's why. We have the Arcturians here as well. They provide these beautiful, almost see-through bubble sort of, they're spaceships, man. They're like bullet sort of things. Rainbow, translucent, holographic, whatevers. So if you want to load yourself up into that, I see several of you still want to kick it with your unicorns and your dragons, whatever mode of transportation it is that you want to take. We have on either side of us, on the right side here, the golden solar dragons, on the left side, the silver lunar dragons, and they are going to accompany us as we shoot our energy, focus our energy out through our solar system with our intention set on Saturn all the way. We're going to meet up on the outer rings of Saturn, shooting yourselves there. We're going past Mars, we're going past the asteroid belt, past Jupiter, and then arriving at Saturn. And we're just hanging out on the rings of Saturn right now, guys. Woo! Look at those stars. Look at all of that. And Earth is just this tiny, teeny little dot out in the distance. Okay, just waiting for you all to arrive. Beautiful. So, meeting here on the rings of Saturn, and you see all of the little particles, and you see every color that's ever imaginable just rotating around you, and you can feel this solid teacher. Even though it's a giant gas giant, it's really this teacher, this wise, like infinite, ineffable knowledge. Like, I can't even find words to describe the knowledge that you can, it's palpable here on Saturn. And the black dragon from Saturn, okay, I've never seen this before, but this is what we're doing. So we have a whole tribe of black dragons coming. So it's not just the one. I usually only communicate with one. And he is here, but there is a bunch of them behind him. So each one of us is actually going to be... Really? Okay, that's what we're doing. We're each going to be riding on one of these black dragons. This is our celebration. I'm being told that this is our celebratory, this is our celebration for getting through this Mercury retrograde, getting through this eclipse season, is that we're each going to be able to experience riding on the back of these magnificent dragons. We're going to just fly around Saturn for a little while. Some of you might end up on some of the other moons. Others of you might be going down into the atmosphere of Saturn. So we're just going to take a few minutes here to find your dragon friend, whichever one is calling to you. When you get invited to ride a dragon, it's very much like a hippogriff in Harry Potter. So you just want to bow in reverence for a second, intend this reverence with gratitude, and then however you arrive on the back of your dragon, I'm seeing a lot of them bending their heads down and just getting low enough for you to climb on. Beautiful. Look at you all riding on dragons. This is fun. This is amazing. So go ahead and just keep breathing. Keep experiencing yourself here up in Saturn, here on the black dragon. Go ride the dragon. And we'll meet back here on the rings of Saturn here in just a moment or two. Opening yourself up to receive any messages from your personal black dragon here, specifically around what it is you need to concentrate on for the rest of 2021, what it is you need to let go of, what your ultimate vision is, what is the ultimate vision for your personal life and for the collective, and how can you implement more self-discipline, more teaching of the self, to know your worth as a superconscious leader, to know your worth, to make lots and lots of money doing what you absolutely love to do, so that we can create true change on this planet. Reminding you again, if while you're writing you need to move your body, you're still safe. Your body's allowed to do what it needs to do while you keep your consciousness on your black dragon. Ride the dragon, though I never really learned to fly. Wherever your dragon takes you, know that's exactly where you're meant to go. Any words that you're hearing, any songs that are playing in your head, any visions that you're getting, any tastes in your mouth, any scents, anything that's coming to mind is the black dragon of Saturn speaking to you, giving you the exact messages that you need right now. Coming back. If you find yourself coming back to the rings already, that's fine. Just admire, just enjoy, just soak it all up. Do a little happy dance on the rings of Saturn. Just wherever you are with your dragons, or wherever you are around Saturn, I'm going to channel a transmission from the black dragons of Saturn for you. Hentorianda yanda kiando votoyana, heondo veandio toko vono veala, hentogo no vede ganeo poto kuiata navetio. Handiango basataya nongo e ala focolea sapatayandove. Henove inaniango e ni aisisia potomone feritis ananco atea. Ongoloco e te avatino. Hento anca satava heto. Handiango to vasiano venopea. Eto vo shotoko monongo e kapalatayana doyana. Endangiando avalea loboega. Andiango vo soto vo moko e deana. Stata valeo po shinikia tavantio. Homondongo e le patiano vaia. Enongaya sataveo. Heya neo novea, heyo novetea no feculane antocono fosotaya, eno bono setaya no moanakaya, ayanadaya, hayanana, hayanana, heyanongo podia patana sokopala. Hetiana shatapaka monomokoyana, heniana valatama no gono vana neato, eoana neantiantea, eopashiato vonikaya, enoboshita gano vegaya, enoboshi. Taking a moment now to bow to your dragon again, thanking them for the knowledge, for the ride and the celebration. They're going to actually give us a lift back to the moon, so go ahead. Oh no, it's not them. So the black dragons from Saturn, there's so many dragons up here. The black dragons from Saturn, we're bowing to them, we're thanking them. They're going back around the moon, heading back to where they're going. The golden dragons and silver dragons have come back. The golden solar and silver lunar dragons are back, along with the Octurians, helping us to shuttle back to the moon. So however it is that you want to ride with us, if you're on a dragon, if you're on a unicorn, I see some crazy motorbike, spaceship looking things out there too. Y'all do you, whatever works for you. Or there's also the holographic rainbow bubble Octurian ship for those of you who want to take that. And again, just taking a nice deep breath in, integrating everything that we've learned from Saturn and sending ourselves back past Jupiter, past the asteroid belt, past Mars, and then landing back on the moon, where we have our spiritual entourage waiting for us, dancing a little bit more with this officious energy, just getting it, got it, good, having a little party on the moon, full moon vibes. There's lots of people, lots of beings jamming out right now, so we're going to take everything back with us, leave whatever is not ours that can be turned into space dust and cosmos and all these things. And we're going to get back on our beautiful cloud boats or whatever mode of transportation you prefer. And we're going to come back to our 12th chakra, arriving back in the Earth's atmosphere. You can just feel the Earth's atmosphere is a little bit tingly, it's a little bit denser. Thanking your spiritual entourage, your ancestors, your guides, your ascended master guides, the star beings, the inner earth beings, anyone at all that has guided you, who does guide you, knowing they are never far away, but still saying goodbye for now, saying goodbye to your higher self, knowing that they are who you are embodying. You are stepping up every single day to embody that highest version of you. And if it isn't hard for you to go and meet them and they look almost exactly like you, then hey, guess what? You're right there, babe. That's where we are as super conscious leaders. We are the embodiment of the divine. We are our higher selves here, right now. And then you're going to get this sense, knowing that you're still solid in your body, but it can sometimes feel like you're falling, so just like a controlled fall, though. Almost like a skydiving fall sort of thing. So we're going to come back down through the pillar, down through this cosmic gateway, stellar gateway, soul star, causal chakra, landing now in our crown chakras, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral chakra, root chakra, all the way down into our feet. Allowing this connection for just a moment, sending anything down into our crystals that need to be stored for later, anything down into the heart of Gaia that she needs for global collective awakening, and slowly returning to our bodies. Going ahead, twisting your wrist, doing anything you need to do. Often I need to the bottoms of your feet might be super hot, so I will literally rub my feet on the carpet. Water is great. And we'll just take a few minutes and you guys can let me know what that was for you, how you felt. And then after this, you can go off and journal. Just whatever your experience was. And then this evening, if you have a chance to really go sit under the moon, channeling even more of that Ophiuchus energy, that divine goddess portal, edge of life and death, gotta take the risk energy. It's delicious. So, go ahead. I don't know what all of this stuff is. Perfect. So, just let me know how y'all are feeling. Ooh, that was a big one. If you need to go out and ground, just keep your feet, your shoes off. Just try to get something, like some real dirt underneath your feet or some real grass. And then just really taking time to integrate all of this. I know for some of you, this is the first time that you've ever really astral traveled, so good job. Take care of yourself. If you need to rest, if you need to sleep, integrate, eat yummy, delicious food that's really good for your body, any of that stuff, then go and do that. I'm not seeing any comments, so I will let you all go. I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and have a beautiful full moon.